Hey, what's up guys, it's Steph, and today we're going to be talking about the time that one of my stories went missing. So back in the days of my youth, full of granny pants and Pokemon cards, there was one event that I always aspired to attend, but never got invited to, and that was the Young Authors Fair. For anyone who doesn't know about this event, because I don't know if they did it anywhere outside of my school district and kind of area of being alive, the Young Authors Fair was this huge event to celebrate young writers and storytellers and bring them all together in this like fun festival kind of vibe that was full of like they went all out. They had fire trucks. They had one of those, like, you know, the yellow and white boa constrictors and like the snakes. I don't know if they're exactly boa constrictors, but the giant snakes you could pose and take pictures with, and a book fair that you could walk through, which for any like little writer book nerd, it was amazing. This event was open to about 1st grade to 8th grade, and so when I was between those grades, I wanted to go so bad. I always heard stories about it. There was always this little event in the yearbook. They had their own page, and it looked so awesome. As a young person who constantly wrote stories, I aspired to be on that page in the yearbook. I aspired to go to this beautiful event. And one day in 6th grade, my prayers were answered. In 6th grade, my English teacher asked me if I wanted to do it and gave me that permission slip for my parents to sign. Because guess what? You got to leave school because it happened during the school day. Big plus. This was all fantastic and great, but I didn't have a story specifically for the event yet. Everyone was supposed to bring one to show off and share their skills like a boss. Fortunately for me, my teacher leading up to the Young Authors Fair assigned the entire class to write a short story. Easy peasy. Anyone who was going to attend the Young Authors Fair could use that story for the event. So it shouldn't be that hard. Except that my teacher didn't specify what to write. She said anything in this short story. If only the directions had been more restricting. 6th grade me was a very interesting child. I was developing a core friend group that would last me until like halfway through high school when they all started to drift away and move away. I miss them. I was acing the grade things, like doing so good. I was alive and thriving. And I was also developing an extremely active interest in true crime. Forensic files, bones, murder documentaries on Discovery and History channels. I was glued. It's an interest of mine that hasn't died down going into my adult life, as seen by my many crime books and watching of many documentaries. Everyone that's available on Netflix. The big one we need to worry about, however, is the Bourdain axe murder case. Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. Just a quick little history lesson for ya. On August 4th, 1892, the bodies of Andrew Borden and his wife, Abby Borden, were discovered, hacked beyond recognition. This happened in their home. Mr. Borden was downstairs on the couch, presumably napping, and Mrs. Borden was upstairs, where she was attacked, before her husband. Mr. Borden's daughter, Lizzie, was the main suspect in the case and widely believed to be the murderer. But we're not here to discuss one of the most famous murder trials and cases in history. No. We're here to talk about my Young Authors Fair story. Just know that little history lesson was very important, because I wrote about that. 6th grade me gave no fucks. I wrote in the twacks of the axe. I wrote in the sound and the warmth of the blood. I wrote in the creaks of the stairs as my main character went up for the next victim. It was dark. The best part of the story, though, is that we had to read our short stories in front of the class before the teacher graded them. Wasn't my class in for a surprise. I did it dramatic reading and all, with the eeks of the squares and the twacks and pauses and the dramatics and everything. I'm pretty sure my parents were called, but I never heard anything about it. Fast forward to about a week later, about in there, to the day right before the Young Authors Fair. I was so amped. I was gonna miss school. I was gonna go hang out with other like little readers and writers. It was gonna be so exciting. I was so excited. The best part, I was gonna be able to take my story to share with even more people. Hell yes! Unfortunately, a crime was to be committed that would strip that joy away from me. My English class was my first and last class of the day, which meant that my desk was always safe. The whole class, we would leave our textbooks in our desks. We would leave our paperwork in the desk because we would be coming back, the first ones back. They didn't have like a little after school thing in that room. Our stuff would be safe. So, to make sure that my story would stay incredibly safe, I tucked it under my textbook that was in my desk. No one would mess with it, and I felt secure knowing that my story would be there in the morning before I left for the Young Authors Fair. Cut to the next day, before school even started. We're about to get on the bus. I'm going to my desk to grab my story. I take out my textbook, I lift it up, and it's not there. I am living a true crime. My story was gone. I started to panic without a disco in sight. I thought I wouldn't be able to go to the Young Authors Fair without a story. I thought I was gonna be shunned. I was gonna be a fake participant. I was devastated. I worked so hard on this story. I watched these murder documentaries so hardcore. I was so excited to share it. And just like, oh, they're not gonna let me on the bus without a story. We're all supposed to have a story to go to the Young Authors Fair. Oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to go. I'm not gonna be able to miss school. My teacher was very calm though. She still let me go and ended up having a pretty good time, except that they said we were supposed to get shirts and I still never got one. It's been a good maybe 10 years and I'm still bitter that I did not get a Young Authors Fair shirt, because at that age, if you didn't have a shirt for it, it didn't happen. Otherwise, it was a pretty cool experience, but the whole day I was just bummed because my story was gone and I couldn't share it. How did it leave my desk? No one ever cleaned the desks, and we all, mostly, respected each other's little space in the classroom because we were all little heathens, but our space was our space. Even my fellow classmates, when I told them the story, were a bit upset. Everyone except my teacher, though. She was always the face of calm. And crime. To this day, I theorize that she sabotaged my wildly inappropriate Young Authors Fair project to prevent me from scarring other children. That monster. I still never found out what happened to that story. I doubt it even exists anymore. It was probably thrown away. Who knows if it was stored in a file and sent to the FBI, and now my FBI agent is watching me extra hard because I showed weird tendencies as a child. I don't know. I couldn't tell ya. And it sucks because I poured my heart and soul into that. It's probably riddled with terrible spelling and mistakes. But I, as a 6th grader, poured my heart and soul into that murder story. Directly based on the Lizzie Bourdain axe murders. 6th grade me was upset, and 21-year-old me was very upset. It was the worst injustice I've ever faced in my life. To have my Young Authors Fair project stolen, ripped out of my hands. And I never went back to a Young Authors Fair. That was my one and only Young Authors Fair. I had another 2 years I could have gone to Young Authors Fair, but I didn't go. I don't know if the teacher passed along that maybe don't give her the incentive to write like this. I didn't write that darkly for my other assignments going down the road, but I think the mark was made. And yeah, that's the story of how my story went missing and how my Young Authors Fair experience went, kind of. I don't remember full details, I just remember the story thing. And I want to share it because I've been, like, I'll talk to my mom sometimes and be like, do you remember, like, my 6th grade when I did this for Young Authors Fair? Did you ever get a phone call from my teacher? She's like, oh yeah, but I didn't care. Okay, sure. I think that's just really funny, and how even after all this time, I'm still really into true crime and find motivations behind why they do it and all this other stuff, and potentially writing about more murder and stuff, and like, I like dark things because I'm dark. Anywho, now that we're at the end of the video, I'm gonna promo some stuff, like my Panic at the Disco fan project, which I know I'm talking about every video, but I'm really passionate about this and I want it to thrive. If you want to know what I'm talking about, leave that video right here. It's just 4 minutes. Please check it out. If you want to see my last video, I don't know what it'll be at this point. I'll link that right here. If you want to subscribe, my face will be right here, as well as a button down there. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And let me know down in the comments if I should do more kind of story times like this, because I really like to, and I like this corner for story times. And that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you have a lovely day / night, and I'll see you later.